cable lays coming up, one between the main Endeavour node and where we are now, the main Endeavour field, and the other one at Cascadia node. So Cascadia is almost 2,800 meters deep, so it's a little deeper. You wouldn't get much difference between the 22 to the, it's only, which isn't a lot, like 700 meters more, 650 meters deeper, but you end up taking a standard styrofoam coffee cup and it ends up looking like a thimble that you would use for sewing. Stick on your little finger to not poke it. But yeah, it's crushing depth of anything down here. And there's lots of people doing different experiments. We did an experiment a couple of years ago, and that was, I'm trying to think if that was, that was here. That was in the Endeavour field. On the side of the ROV in the bio box, we put some stakes. And we put the steaks with different marinade and different vacuum packed bags. So we had like a barbecue marinade and a teriyaki marinade.
Really?
We had some that were no marinade, and then we also had the control stakes back on surface that didn't get deployed to a couple, 2,200 meters below. And then we recovered them all after they'd been down on the bottom for, I think the dive was about a 26, 28-hour dive. In theory, they would have, been pressure on them, deep pressure, and all the oxygen out of them, or the air out of them, squeezed quite nicely. And the galley cooked up the steaks, and we had a tasting to do a taste comparison. And
it's like, so pressure cooked steak,
pressure marinated steaks. So nothing, you really couldn't tell the difference, which I was surprised. I thought there might have been something about it that,
would have would have fused it in. Because when you're supposed to marinate overnight to let it saturate within the meat, right, and get all the flavor. So you think the pressure would intensify the flavor, maybe.
So we would have thought it was sort of just one of those things. Like, hey, we could just throw this down on the ROV because it's going there anyway. So sometimes you have some fun with what we do.
I think that's called opportunistic sampling.
Opportunistic sampling. The other thing that we've done a few times on our different platforms, we'll deploy the platform with a hitchhiker riding along. So. Different platforms, and the one that we're going to now, Adrian Round, who was my boss, who retired last year. We were looking for retirement gifts for him, and they did some nice things, gave him some nice mementos, and then I suggested, we should build a bobblehead doll of Adrian and deploy it, and we did. So. Bobblehead Adrian is down here. I think he's in the dive plan.
Okay, I saw that in the dive plan, and I was like, is this a new monument name or something?
Fly over Bubble Dead.
Where's that at?
Adrian Round. It's in the dive plan. So Adrian's down there. It actually is amazing, the company that does it. You just send in some pictures, and they'll make a bobblehead doll of anybody you want if you want to pay money for it. So we did. Wow. He's down there. Iron Man is down at one of our sites, Optimus Prime. I was going to say a stormtrooper, but it's not a stormtrooper. It's a Clone War trooper from Star Wars. We have a couple of Barbie dolls down there. They didn't fare too well. And Captain Marvel, she's down there. I'm trying to think who else is down there. I said Captain America. Did I say Captain America? No. Iron Man, Captain America, Iron Man. So if anybody has somebody they want to deploy.
So what are the Avengers doing watching over our event sites?
Yeah. Well, Optimus Prime is down there as well. He's a, what are those things called? Transformer. Autobot. That's right. He's an Autobot.
Autobots transform and roll out.
And we already have a gentleman from, I was going to say Utrecht. Was that where he was from? No, Denmark. Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Sorry, Netherlands. I think it was Wilhelm was his first name. He's probably listening right now saying, you didn't even get my name right. He mentioned he might have something to send over to us for deploy down. They're down there. We also put down a Tonka bulldozer. It was down there for a while, got recovered, and is waiting its turn to go back down on another platform. It's little stuff like that that just
no Aquaman.
Sort of fun to do. Aquaman would be good if you've got a it's 8-inch tall Aquaman figurine. Send him in. We'll find a spot for him. But it does make it different. It's kind of fun for the techs and the engineers to play that. The other thing we've been doing is all our cables. So originally you'll see a lot of these orange oil-filled cables down on this at the sites, and they all look the same. And one of our techs came up with the idea of, well, we should put some colored electrical tape on them so we can tell one from the other, and then also put the colored 2 stripes of color so that you know what's in what direction and what you're heading to. And then we've also, the connectors on the end, we've named some of them. So one of the ROV pilots we have here in the seat right now named 2 of our cables. He's not going to listen now. He's not even going to turn on his mic. Are you, Mike?
I can hear you.
Oh, oh, there you go. So cables down there, was that last year you named?
Yeah.
What'd you name?
Misha got a cable.
Who's
And
Misha?
Misha's our dog, and Mike, and he didn't get a cable. He got a dummy plug.
Mike. And why did Micah get a dummy plug and Misha got a cable?
Plug.
Oh.
We had to call one of them of the 2 a dummy plug, I think.
I feel sorry for Micah.
He's all right. He's a good dog.
He's a good dog. My dog, who is no longer with us, her name's on a cable down there, and we had a contest over the winter. Not a contest, really. I was begging for food stamps, but the local grocery store in British Columbia was having a stamp thing that you buy $10 of groceries, you get a stamp. You collect 50 or 60 stamps you could get for pay the taxes on, so $3, a very nice knife. And we go through a lot of knives at ONC on the sea bottom with the ROV operators. The ROV guys sometimes tend to break them. Not, of course, the ROV team that we have on the Nautilus.
Not this team.
But, so we're always running short of knives, and so I did a play, or what do you call that? A GoFundMe. Send me your thrifty grocery food tickets and or your little stamps, and we'll buy some knives for the dives. And so we ended up with about a dozen knives, I think. Wow. I think we have half of them on board right now. But it's just little fun things that we do. In spite of all the serious work that we do with all the instrumentation, it just puts a little caveat. And we've come up with some interesting ways. So the cables are connected with a lot of the underwater mateable connectors coming out of Teledyne ODI, and ODI is in Daytona Beach, Florida. Those connectors from day one have always been a bit of a pain, kind of hard to mate subsea with 2 robotic arms, or 1 robotic arm in many cases. So again, one of our engineers, who's actually our field service manager now, Dirk Brusso, came up with an idea for installing on the ROV, which we have on Hercules today, some plates made out of Delrin, which is a heavy plastic, that you slide the connector into, and then you slide the other connector, the other side of it, in the other way, and you mate them in the connector. And Dirk called that connector a Fletcher, which is his dog. So it's interesting how, at least at our culture, at the facility that I'm the director of, which is the Marine Technology Center, which is outside of Victoria. It's in North Saanich, which is near the Victoria Airport. So it's about 20 miles from downtown. We counted the other day. I think we have a total in that facility on it of about a dozen dog owners. So we're a dog-friendly place out there, and we've got about 40 staff there, and that's where all the engineering and innovation goes on for Ocean Networks Canada. And some of the innovations like Dirk's Fletcher or Will's coloring of the cables works out really great for us in saving us time when you see a cable, which cable are you looking at and which way are you headed, because even though your ROV compass might tell you where you think you're headed, it's not necessarily where that cable goes. So
can I name the next cable next year Shoko?
Shoko, absolutely.
Shoko.
Okay.
You might not have to wait that long, as Tully's going out. We've got another expedition in under a month. If they're coming offshore, you just have to get out to MTC and find a cable and name it.
Perfect. I'll bring Shoko along.
Yeah. So Fabio has a chocolate lab named Choco, and he's a very...
How old is your chocolate lamb?
It's 5.
5.
Still like a little rascal.
Yeah, it's the same age as my dog. I always call my dog a puppy, even though she's 5. It's not, but she's still behaves like
What kind of dog you have?
Boston Terrier.
Oh, nice.
Reese. Her name is Reese. So maybe we'll get a Reese cable in there. But yeah, she's 5 years old as well.
It's the guy.
All right, we got 18 meters to go, and then we're going to go into warp speed.
Not like Ian's been counting or anything.
Yeah, no. Okay, when I say warp speed, it's like you're in one of those, whatever, Star Trek or one of those space movies where they're going along through space and then they go to light speed, go to warp speed. So we're about to do that. If we can ever get 14 more meters, 13 meters now, we'll get to 10 and count down. All systems are go. Houston, energy check. No problems.
No problem. Good to go.
Energy in the room, maybe a little low, but it's 11:30.
Energy in the room is low. It's Sunday night.
Reserved.
Coming.
Sunday.
Sunday
night, Monday
Monster Truck Sunday. We've got 9 meters to go. ROV, get ready. Systems go for increased to warp factor 1.
Larvation's not half.
Slightly faster, but still slow speed.
Yeah. So we're increasing. We're doing, what, 10? What's our speed right now?
Yep, 10 meters per minute.
10 meters per minute. Very slow.
We will go to 28 or 29.
29 meters per second. So we're going to go 3 times as fast. So you can imagine you're on the interstate, you're doing 65 miles an hour because, 65 is safe, and you go to 3 times that speed. You're driving your Tesla S down the freeway, but you don't have to drive it. You just sit there, it drives itself.
All right.
There we go, 1 meter to go, and
go.
There we go.
Now, 1,000 meters.
Video transect, top 1,000 meters done. Number 1.
Engage warp speed.
Speed now.
Engaging ludicrous speed.
You can just notice those stars just speeding up as we go past.
It'd be great if we could get a warp speed sound effect here.
Add
that to our list.
I tell you, I'm so depressed. If only someone had built us up one of those sound effect boxes.
Well, maybe I can get it for October, but that's going to be tough.
No, it's not going to be possible. You said that a year ago.
I didn't even think about it all year.
I sent you 2 emails about it.
I did. What's this now? What are you holding on?
So last year...
supposed to make him a sound box, which would be an awesome thing to do.
A sound, just where you push,
hit a button and it's like,
hit a button.
So when we take
I was thinking about a real quick and dirty way to do it. Like, I could just get a pie and a keypad, like one of these. We got one with a mango keypad, and just do it like that.
But I want to be able to pick out which sound I want for which effect. So right now, as I said, the whoosh, as you go to warp speed.
Yeah.
Ed had a good one, which I don't know if you were party that, of a unmentioned ROV going into the bottom terrain, and it had the plane cry. He had the sound effects of the as the ROV was descending to the bottom in a very the Straits of Georgia. It's a gooey mud, so that you don't really get a good altitude in your altimeter as you approach the bottom, and they just sort of slammed right into it, and this giant cloud of mud just went everywhere. I mean, the ROV was fine.
Can you slow down a little bit so I can catch up? It took me a second to get in.
So, anyway.
What other sound effects do we
So
need?
the sound effect, well, I mean, you've got ones like, sometimes not, of course, any of the ROV pilots on Nautilus now, but you'll have the baseball swing and a miss, swing and a miss, because when they're trying to plug in the underwater mateable connectors, sometimes they take a swing and they miss.
We do have a couple of sound effects, like the slurp hose.
That one needs
It's
its own sound
well-known,
effect.
yeah.
And then you've got, hitting the home run, that first, and I say this again because Mike's here. We had a problem with an ROV that this wasn't Hercules, but Mike was the ROV pilot with another ROV pilot, Josh, Mike and Josh. And they had a problem with their other arm, so they basically were trying to make a connection with an arm, one arm broken and the other arm not really functioning properly. And they flew it in. They just held the arm straight out. It was like stick arm, straight out in front with the connector held in the wrist. And they just flew right at the connector panel and it went right in. It was like,
perfect fit.
Perfect fit. And, something like that, it was just like, you want applause for, you just want the crowd, so there's lots of different sounds. We had 1 year, Fabio did a great job, wonderful job with push cores.
That was the best.
We had a whole bunch of push cores, and a bunch of people on board colored up the push cores with different national flags. So we had countries, and so when the push core
it was during the World Cup, I guess.
Oh, that's right, it was World Cup.
2014.
So depending on which country push core was being played, Ed McNichol, who's on board today, down below somewhere, Ed played the national anthem of whichever country it was. And so, as the Canadian push core was being put in, "O Canada" was being played, "God Save the Queen" for the UK, and what's the anthem in the US? "Born in the USA," is that it? Sorry.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, kidding. So yeah, right across. And I think the only one that stumped Ed was the national anthem of France. Everyone was like, "What's that?" And then it's like, "Well, you never hear it." And then Ed came up with the comment, "That's because they never win anything," which is not true.
That's
there are some
France wins quite a bit.
very amazing French athletes, but La Bastille, I think, is the national
French
anthem.
soccer, their national team is great as well too. Got a lot of.
But it was interesting because we also had that was on the University of Washington's ship, the Thompson, and the Thompson's 3 times the size of Nautilus. Instead of a small science crew, there's 31 people in the science crew. So we've got how many on board here? 22?
We have
20.
30. We have 31 science team and 17 crew.
31 science team, 17 crew.
Actually, sorry, this cruise we have 15 crew, I believe.
Yeah. So Thompson's got slightly more people.
45.
Yeah. And it's a big boat, but I think we had people on there from about 7 different countries.
We'll catch up, I think.
That's right.
Yeah. It was like the United Nations Security Council meeting.
There we go.
But we would have done a better job than they do. So lots of fun. So that's the sound box. Why I last year commissioned an unemployed, not working for the winter ROV pilot. I commissioned him to make a sound box and then followed up with a firm contract offer and then followed up with a, "Hey, you never answered my email about my firm contract offer." But he did say, "I'll be working on it soon. I just got this other thing right now."
He's waiting for a better offer.
Yeah, I was busy finishing a degree, actually.
Yeah, he had schoolwork. Yep,
Yeah.
it's true. Good excuse.
Good excuse.
Yeah, schoolwork. Where, Michael? Where were you at school?
At the Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Is that its official name, Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador? Or is it just Memorial
they're just
University?
now changing it to add Labrador, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
A fine institution in St. John's, Newfoundland, not to be confused with St. John, New Brunswick, which some people have confused when they booked plane tickets to go to the wrong place. And Newfoundland's often referred to as the Rock. And there's a new...
Welcome to the Rock.
It's
different rock.
It's
different
big rock. Depending on where you, it's a beautiful province, but the island of Newfoundland versus Labrador is connected on the mainland, sort of above Quebec. Depending on which coast you're on, you've got fjords deep, like Corner Brook. You've got these fjords, like you're in Norway. There's a ski hill there that they have the Bunny Hill at the bottom and Triple Diamond, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
You ever skied there, Mike? Grossborn?
Where? The ski hills in Steady Brook, Marble Mountain.
Yeah, Marble Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some intermediate stuff on it too. It's pretty small, but it's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good hill. Not to the, the British Columbia, Alberta standard, obviously.
No, but
it's very good for
East Coast.
Yeah. They
East
get
Coast.
good. They get a good cold winter there. So.
Yeah. And then depending else where you go in Newfoundland in the summertime, you can see icebergs floating right by, and even get on a boat and go right out and touch one.
Yep.
You can buy iceberg water.
You can buy iceberg vodka.
Yeah, that's right. Iceberg vodka and iceberg beer, I think they're making now too up there.
Yeah.
But a beautiful place to go.
Sell you anything.
Yeah, for just about everything.
Why? Because it's melting?
And
anyway?
It's melting anyway. Newfoundland's been a stopping place since, 10th, 11th century, something. When did the Vikings first show up there, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know. But the Vikings showed up in the North Peninsula, apparently.
Like
I don't know.
a couple of 100 years before Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they say.
And it was traditionally a fishing. Fishing was the way of life on Newfoundland, and some places still is. It's changed a lot. That's the East Coast, but we're on the West Coast, British Columbia, where there's trees right down to the water, and they grow 50 to 100 feet tall till they cut them down. Oh, I know what I need to do.
Sure.
Ian.
Nope, he stepped out.
Oh.
Which means we can sneak in a lot of bioeffects till he comes back.
Oh, biology.
Okay, biologists.
What about biologists? I missed.
We were just gonna.
There's a shrimp on screen right now.
Sneak in some midwater biology conversation before Ian comes back and switches us back to engineering.
Geography, yeah. No more.
Get in the bioeffects.
Actually, we might have at the end of this dive. Ian's not here now, so I can talk a little bit about it.
Yes, tell us.
Tell us more.
We might. No, we have plans to collect some specimens at the end of the dive.
Ooh, some bio?
Time permitting.
And
Time
some
permitting,
geology.
Ooh.
Don't get me excited.
What type of specimens are we going to collect?
We're looking for sessile specimens. We collect a bunch.
Sponges.
Yes, we collect a bunch of sponges in the past 2 years, and we did a big study about the microbial symbionts of those sponges. We published a couple articles, and so we want animals from the vent periphery, not close to where there are flows of hydrothermal fluid, and so we want that fauna that doesn't rely directly on the fluids.
Okay,
And so, but now we're looking for corals or anemones and other
seem to remember a lot of like corals while approaching smoke and mirrors the other day.
Yeah.
We weren't near the vents, but
as Ian mentioned, we are in a marine protected area, so we had to have very special permits for collecting any. So we have, I think, up to 9 specimens we can collect.
Do we have the starboard bio box separated again, or is it still?
No, it's not separated.
Okay. Thank you.
Trevor is back.
He's back.
Ooh, it's a question. Are the cameras on the Hercules sensitive enough to see any bioluminescent organisms?
Well, you can see the organisms, but you can't see them bioluminescing.
So right now the lights are going to be too.
Our lights are too bright, and we swamp out any bioluminescence that would be happening. And I don't think, even if we turn our lights off, our camera is not sensitive enough to pick up on those flashes.
Yeah, I think Ashley's right.
We have had a camera on board developed by Brennan Phillips at University of Rhode Island and David Gruber at the University of, the city.
Who in Rhode Island?
University of Rhode Island.
But who in the?
Oh, Brennan Phillips. He
Brennan
was
Phillips. Okay.
Actually an ROV pilot out on Nautilus and ended up going back to school, getting a PhD, and now teaches at URI and develops technology.
I took an ROV class with him.
Awesome.
It was
circle.
It was really cool. It was like all of the whys to how a vehicle is designed.
Oh, that's cool.
Which you don't, like, you get a lot of information doing the job, right? But you don't get, like, the side stuff, like the backstories and, like, the reasoning and the logic.
Side stories.
Yeah, oh my God, it was so much fun. It was like Vulcan mind melding, right? You're like, give me the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's like rarefied, you know.
Yeah. What about a still camera? I know that maybe last year you guys with Andrew Turber, you guys installed like a pretty.
We have still camera
there's a still camera on the
It is not going to be active on this dive.
That's correct.
That exists.
Is on the sub?
It's been on the vehicle all season. Yeah.
Yes, but
we're not taking advantage of it.
Well, sometimes we do.
Fault.
Yeah.
But today we will not.
Okay.
Because there's something. So the power for the sexting camera goes through the Ethernet bottle.
Okay.
And the Ethernet bottle is also powering another instrument.
Oh, okay.
And the other instrument has a ground fault.
Okay.
So we're not going to use it as a safety thing.
What is the camera? What is the digital still camera?
The Sexton.
Sexton.
Yeah.
Not familiar. But yeah, I remember seeing Andrew Turber taking
From
lots
OSU,
of on the code seeps and off the Oregon, Washington margin last year, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
And to the question about bioluminescence, we have had a low light camera on board that was able to pick up bioluminescence. And we don't have it, but it was very faint, so we don't have a lot of clips of it. But there are on the Nautilus Live website a couple of videos using the low light camera, so you can see animals with more of their natural colors. There's vampire squid and there's a deep starria jelly video clip with that low light camera.
I think I've seen both of I've seen both of those.
So really rich colors come from being able to have that low light on.
Do you remember the God, I don't remember where it was. So it might have. I don't remember. You know the blue corals?
Yep.
We see
where was that?
Kingman
Reef.
It was either Kingman, Palmyra, or Jarvis.
Right, because I was on that trip.
Yeah.
But those were done with the Dan Fernari's Miso GoPro cameras.
Yep. Another.
I like the aspect of those pictures. Or like a little bit. It looks like a whole picture.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you get a sense of like the larger terrain. They felt very otherworldly.
Yeah. It's like not so flat sometimes. Yeah. I like those.
I think some of those are available on the Nautilus Live website and a photo album.
Yeah.
If you go to the expedition.
But do you remember what they're called? Those blue.
I don't remember what the blue corals are called.
I know Megan. Those are one of Megan's like favorite things. But I don't remember their name. I think they're in the coral like highlight on the website.
I was really startled to see yesterday during the dive, or was it today?
Today.
A time that is not now.
Today, tomorrow.
a stock crinoid.
Oh yeah,
on the seafloor.
The yellow one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked like a flower.
I think that was today.
It was.
Okay.
It was. Yes, the last dive we had
Feather
today.
star.
Yeah, I've only seen those. The stocked crinoids. I've only seen those in
in a
like
hot
tropical,
minute.
more warm.
No, in deep sea
location.
they're common as well.
I missed
Deep
that one.
water.
Really startled. Yeah, I've only seen those out in like the Pacific
Where-
Islands.
Where did we see them?
We saw it during the dive
Barkley.
today.
Where?
Yeah.
Today.
Oh, it's today? I think
Oh,
I missed that one.
No, it was,
Today.
yeah, it was right by some of our instrumentation.
Yeah.
A rocky outcrop of basalt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're common on. I mean, not common. I mean, echinoderms are abundant.
Yeah.
Diverse group in the deep sea.
Yeah, but it was those long stock crinoids that I think, at least on Nautilus, we've always seen kind of out in the Pacific Islands. It was like, whoa, what are you doing here? It's a good reminder that those kind of temperature differences don't necessarily exist in the deep sea the way they do in shallower
cool.
water.
That's why the digital stills are important, because we're still building this species catalog that we have is still very incomplete. So we want to take as many digital stills as possible when we see different things, and because that helps us to build our marine species catalog from the Neptune.
Sure. Is that available online for the public?
Yeah, it's on our website. That we are on version 2 already, but it's still very incomplete. I can tell you already.
Science moves quickly.
Now that we're also doing the pelagic, the vertical transects, we're seeing more stuff, and yeah.
Cool.
Look at that. We're already 500 meters past the last vertical transect.
Ah,
We're
back
flying.
from the...
Time flies when you're on warp speed.
Yep. We still got almost 700 meters to go. Well, less than that, 600 and change.
What was out there when you were out in a boot?
Oh, well, when I was out in a boot, I did see what looks like a full moon, or just was last night. I'm not sure, but a blue moon.
So what's your best guesstimate what time we'll be doing the camera?
Oh.
So Steve can knock on my door.
Okay. Well, let's think about that.
Because I have access to the interface to control the camera.
Okay, so let's do a 12:15. We'll get down on the bottom. If Steve gets up, he's going to say, well, oh, did we get, sorry, I didn't even ask. Nav, did we get a final bottom location of how far away the Dow hydrophone landed?
Yeah, we did. Just a second. Let me...
Anybody want to fathom a guess? I'm saying 140 meters.
Are we going to do a poll here of how far it is?
I think 140.
You say 140? I'm going to guess 185.
What was the target?
Anyone else?
The Dalhousie hydrophone.
No, but what was the intention?
It was supposed to be right at, basically right at here.
Oh, God.
140?
I
would say
141.
Oh, come on.
All right, you ready?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
227.
Oh.
I was closest.
227 from the MAF?
Drift away from
What?
F.
From the launch location, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which was just the other side of Grotto.
Okay.
So how long did that take us to transit there?
At light speed, that we're on.
This
Flying
shouldn't,
right.
I mean, that shouldn't take us too long. Once you get the ship going and stuff.
Half an hour?
Yeah, that's probably fair.
So
if
1
that-
hour round trip.
Hercules is already 140 meters away, so it's already
We're gonna
up
do
that
this
direction.
above the seafloor, right? Of course. We're not gonna go.
Oh, so Hercules is already halfway there.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. You know what you're telling me?
Shoot.
We should go pick it up. Yeah, I know. But we are halfway there.
Argus is really your limiting factor.
You don't sound like
here.
you wanted to go to see it.
I didn't. We're going to have to go sometime. We either have to pick it up and bring it or go there and release it. Well, the good thing is it's far away and quiet, and it can stay down there until we pick it up. So we'll stay with Meph. Let Steve ponder. We need the beacon back on it, but so we got to get it sometime in the next 12 hours, but we'll see what they ponder.
So you want to go to Meph now?
Yeah, that's where we were going anyway.
Well, the ship's positioned to go to the hydrophone, so we can start a little move.
Oh, the ship is positioned to go to the hydrophone?
Yeah. Well, that's what the people think that's what you were doing.
Well, no, I had said.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what's in the dive plan, but. And
all right, let's go pick it up.
We got time, doesn't matter.
Let's go pick it up.
No, well.
I don't know where we're going to put it, but let's go pick it up.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, we're not far from, we could be restaged before we even hit the bottom to be at the main Endeavor site.
It's still dealer's choice.
Okay, hit the main Endeavor site. Let's move the ship to hit main Endeavor because I don't know where.
Just top them out at 0.3, Chris, please.
Where you know who wants
to have them at max speed
it's not in the
3 or something like that.
Will do.
All it says in the dive plan about it is, if necessary, relocate it near the vents, but it doesn't say where. And I'm not sure if anybody at Dalhousie University is up right now.
No.
No?
I don't think so. I haven't heard much from them.
So back to our calculations.
Yeah.
What time should I wake up?
This will actually.
Oh, right. That was what brought that whole thing on. Sorry, Fabio. Okay.
Fabio was really trying to figure out when he can go to bed.
So that's what I was wondering. I'm betting, Fabio, that Steve is going to say he wants to go pick it up and move it whenever he shows up. And so we've got the RAS packing away. That's 1. Moving is 2. 3, 4. Probably about 4:35 a.m.
Okay. That's reasonable.
Yeah, we got a few other things to do in between then. And frankly, I mean, we can get it up there and we still have the bars to do, which is right there. So the bars is going to take, so you could get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and just, we probably still would be in the neighborhood. Especially if we have to go pick up that hydrophone. I'm going to go for my sleep between 3 and 6, I think. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to aim for at least 3.5 hours.
Sleeping in.
Yeah, sleeping in.
Nice.
Hey, last night I got 3.5 hours. It's pretty good.
Dream big.
Was anybody up for breakfast this morning?
Yes and no.
Yes.
Was
physically present, mentally no?
Was it crepe day? I've lost track of my days.
Was it what?
Crepe day today, or was it pancakes?
Pancakes.
Oh, good. So crepe day tomorrow.
So,
I'm trying to figure out if I have to wake up.
Everyone's trying to figure out what time they need to wake up. Kylie's is dependent on what's for breakfast.
I was up at 6, but then at 7:15 I went back to bed, but under instructions that if eggs Benedict were being served, I was to be woken immediately.
I've never seen that served here.
I've never seen that.
I know.
I've never seen a hollandaise sauce here.
I know.
I've never seen a poached egg.
But
Tully,
Tully on Sundays, man, that's eggs Benny.
Yeah.
You got
we
the
have
choice.
ice cream on Sundays.
Ice cream Sundays.
You can have the traditional eggs Benny, or they'll do with the smoked salmon if you want it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That one's just strange to me.
What, the smoked salmon on?
Yeah, I don't
Well,
like.
the West Coast one is the smoked salmon, and there's anchovies and cream cheese or something.
No,
It's
who
just
does
completely
anchovies
different.
on it? Who does that one?
Ew.
I don't know. It's just, it's not.
That's got to be up in Tofino at the surfer dude place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can get an eggs benny with a corned beef hash. That's really good.
That sounds like a very East Coast
Portuguese
thing.
Yeah, that does. Portuguese. Oh, so now we're talking New Bedford Fall River there, right?
Not New Bedford.
No, not just
not New Bedford.
Portuguese? Come on.
Not New Bedford.
Okay. Yeah. There's a bit of a battle there between.
Well, every time I say I'm from Fall River, you're like, oh, New Bedford. I'm like, no.
I know. Well, I said Fall River. I said Fall River, but I do know Portuguese people from that other place that I'm not allowed to mention.
Wise.
Disputed foods.
and then right next to that place I'm not allowed to mention is the world headquarters of Titleist.
What are they coming over on the way down here?
Say again?
What are they coming over on the way down here in terms of structures?
Where is Titleist? Is that Foxborough?
Smoke and Mirrors, I think, is way down off the screen here.
Norton? Where is it?
In Massachusetts.
Yeah, whereabouts?
Very close to a place I'm not allowed to mention.
Where is Title? I've been there before. I've been to I can't even remember where the factory is. My brain's gone mad. Not enough crepes.
Right, okay.
Not enough grapes?
Not enough crepes. I can't think straight.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
it's that time already?
Is that Oliver already up in here?
Oliver's up.
Because he's on time.
Ooh, burn. And she's out for the night.
Oh.
So if you're checking this out on channel 3, we're going through a quick little shift change here. You'll be hearing and seeing some new faces on board as we finish the remainder of this descent down at Endeavour Field. So our amazing pilots are transitioning out, and we're bringing on some more amazing pilots to help guide us down the remainder of the way.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say Titleist is Fairhaven, which I was about to say Fairhope. It's across the bridge from New Bedford.
Don't worry, Kylie's off, so you
Kylie's
can
off,
Bedford
so I can say New Bedford as much as I want now. But she's from Fall River, which is next to Waverley by the Halifax Airport in Nova Scotia. Fall River, Massachusetts. Almost in Rhode Island, which is not an island.
Small as one.
It's not a road either.
Yeah.
Just one road through it.
Roads. Oliver's by himself?
Oh, we're going.
One-man team there.
No, Dan's there.
Oh, Dan's still.
I mean.
Where's your number 3?
We shouldn't overlook him too much. Oh, he's not on radio. We can say whatever we want about him for another.
Good evening, everybody.
Seconds.
Good evening, Oliver.
Oliver.
Hey.
How was the downstairs?
Sorry?
How was the downstairs?
It was good. Got myself some breakfast, got a coffee.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Good way
Not
to start
awake,
the day.
but
Fabio's out as well, too. Good night, Fabio. Ooh, the thermocline. Ashley, do you know what the thermocline is?
Well, there is a substantial thermocline when you go into the deep sea, depending on where you are. But when you hit deep waters, it's typically around near freezing, so about 4 degrees Celsius, even if you're in the warmest tropical waters. So depending on where you are, we're pretty cold at the surface anyway here. So the thermocline is going to be a little bit less significant than if you were in like the tropics, but deep sea is pretty uniformly chilly.
So it's just a location, just a depth at where we get to 4 degrees Celsius?
So a thermocline in general is any change in the temperature. So when the temperature drops, and it's not a set temperature drop. It's more of, hence Klein. It's a gradient over which there is a temperature dropping.
Oh, okay.
So different regions will be defined by different temperature droppings. That sounded weird, but drop in temperature.
So you said so in this region, since we're already pretty cold at the surface, the thermocline would be pretty shallow then.
Yes. I'd have to look at the water profile more.
Yeah. Great question from our viewers at home. Continue to ask your questions. Got some time here as we make the remainder of our dive down. We are nearing our final location here at the Endeavour field, but a little bit of ways to go. But we got a new team coming in here. Katie Doyle is going to be coming on board here on SCF, answering all of your questions here. So continue to tune in and deliver us anything you want to know about the rest of this dive. But it's going to get real technical once we get to the bottom because we have a lot of tasks that we are covering, a lot of things that we're trying to complete on this mission, everything from connecting cables to taking some samples to moving some items around. We're going to be doing quite a bit all night long. So continue to tune in and leave your questions.
Video back on.
Morning, Nova.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Sleepy but good. Just had some toast.
Can you do me a favor when you get settled in?
Yeah.
Put the high pack up there in front of the Argus pilot on the...
Top left or bottom left?
Bottom left.
If you ever want, Dan, I can also flop these screens, but I know it's not that ideal for you.
We've been putting it up there so the Argus pilot can... no, that one over there. HP1.
Oh, shoot, sorry. You didn't need that view down there, did you?
There we go.
I can fix that one if you want to do the other one.
Cool, excellent. Let's see. Totally forgot the
Maybe I can fix that one.
if you can't.
I don't have that button here for some reason.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I thought I had a HP2 PIP1. Oh, I do. I got it.
Sweet. Okay.
It's H1881 is where we've been putting it.
Dive plan. Good morning to everyone. I'm so stoked for this dive. Hydrothermal vents.
Okay, ship move is complete.
Roger.
We'll just back up mid-water so Argus gets clear of all the vents and everything.
Oh.
That's the baby.
Wow.
All right.
That screen is total gibberish to me.
There's a...
I can point some stuff out here.
Yeah, so. Like way too much going on that screen.
If he zooms in a bit, that's...
You don't like the
once
scribbles?
we're zoomed in,
all right.
a bit.
Yeah,
So this is Hercules over here, and then this will be Argus.
Don't worry, Ollie. It took me 3 years to make sense out of that.
Oh man,
this is
yeah,
the
that's
freaking
not a
and then
good
we've got
screen.
The base map there. Well, yeah, and then the pilots keep asking for it over here, like a base map. I'm like, it has to be super light in the background.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's like that.
I mean, this is fine. This is better for me because I can see.
Yeah, for me too.
We
do have there's a pretty picture of a static one on the dive plan if you want to.
Right.
There's a hard copy floating around somewhere.
I find that we kind of end up needing both, but.
What's that?
I find that we kind of end up needing both screens, you know. I don't know. I know the goal is to kind of get to a point where we only have one, but I don't foresee that.
Wow. Cassie and Omid are in.
Well, I don't foresee it either on this particular vessel because you're usually zoomed out in the macro world to plan the ship moves and stuff with the scientists, and we're we're focused on Herc, Argus, and the vessel.
Hey, ROV.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just want to say hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Dan, welcome.
Thank you.
Oliver, welcome. Rennie, welcome.
Hello. Welcome.
Oh, look, it's Nova. I had to, my glasses were fogged up. I'm like, I had to lift my glasses up to see. I'm like, that's what happens when you're an old man and you're tired. Well, everybody, we're almost down to the vents. Rennie, we're going to go right into action here.
Yep.
Wicked crazy busy. And we're skipping the dowel thing, which of course means at some point you're going to have to go 227 meters away to pick it up and bring it back, because Steve is going to want it closer to the vents, but we're
skipping the dowel and we're going to go to the IP first? We're skipping the dowel,
and yeah, we're going right to, well, we're going to go right to the top of Grotto, to the RAS deployment site.
Slow down a little bit there, Oliver.
Okay.
So slow down on the winch, let me get down below you.
Well, okay.
Well, no, I take that back. Yep, no, I'm not going to take that back. I'm going to leave that there because Dr. Mihaly threw a twist on the gas tights. So first thing we're going to do is go up.
How much do you want to be below?
I want to be like 30 below you.
All right.
Okay, that's a bit different than the info that I had. So
yeah.
Let me think about. I don't know if I want to land there from here, the where Argus is and where the ship is. And we're almost there.
I'll be all right. Argus is, we can have Argus 50 meters above us.
Yeah.
Where does he want to go?
Wants to land, go right on the RAS, which is by the Grotto bars.
Yeah.
So
we should be.
Yeah.
Should be all right.
Well, I got to move the ship back then.
Huh?
I got to move the ship back. Argus is going to end up down here. So we want to be here. So I'm going to have to move back that way.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, because the gas tights were there, but I don't know what he's planning on doing with those gas tights now. It's
okay.
Keeps changing his plan. So the induction's not, it's ground faulting, by the way. You guys find that one out?
Yeah, roger.
Yes?
What's that? Hold on, I got this, it's all messed up here.
So to all of our viewers over on the East Coast, thank y'all guys for joining us. Hope y'all guys are surviving after the hurricane and all the flooding. Special shout out, especially
What's the bottom here?
Okay, yeah, so it's at 2195 is the deepest, but we're landing over the vents right now. So Argus is still going to swing back to the base of the ship. They want to land up here instead. I'd rather not, it's going to take a bit of time if we move the ship up and
if you move it now,
wait for where Argus is going to settle.
Thing.
I can, but I want to be careful about not coming down and settling near all the vents.
I'll stop it. I'll stop it over a bit.
So I'll move the ship over to this void over here.
Okay, come on, stop on the winch.
Hope that Argus ends up there. I don't know the offset of Argus because we've been dragging it.
Stop on the winch.
So I'll move 80 meters, 017. Bridge, nav. Step 80 meters, bearing 017. Thank you. I think that there'll be a bit of memory where Argus is going to pause here for a bit.
You want to make a note in the log, Ollie, that I'll stop on the winch at XYZ, vessel move.
Are we logging the vessel moves or just?
Wait, stand by, Ian.
Yeah.
The RAS is that
in this case, yeah.
Now been moved to the?
No, not the new RAS. We want the old RAS that's on the mooring that's up by the bars and the hydrophone.
What was that vessel move done?
Which is by the Grotto bars. Okay.
Right.
All right, then we're moving there right now.
Rennie, what was the vessel move?
Just
moved. Log vessel move. That's good. We're moving. He's moving northeast.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Adrian is here. She says hello, hello, with a happy face. Oh, you're right next to me. I just saw you on the screen there. I thought you were with Cassandra.
I magically made it to shore.
Oh,
and now I'm on shore with Cassandra.
The magic of
we can do our bottom stuff
here.
Couldn't
do that 20 years ago.
Okay.
We want. Or we can come down a little bit more.
To answer a viewer's question, the likelihood that we would ever see a goblin shark here on our stream is pretty rare. Like especially here where we are in Canada, next to impossible, they don't, not really in their location. However, a couple of years ago, we did see a really cool 6-gilled shark. You are welcome to check that out. It's on both YouTube and the Nautilus Live gallery.
Zoom in there for a second for me.
In here, yeah.
Where am I?
You're right here. You're getting dragged towards the ship here, but they want to end up over here. So I have Argus coming back in this direction over here.
Yeah, what which one is that? The big lump there?
This is Grotto, and then that's the back end where there's the bars and the rads.
Yeah, right. So I'm basically where I want to be.
Passes through here. Yeah, you basically are, but I think you're going to get tugged a bit over before Argus starts to swing back that way. But I'll try. I mean, eventually Argus will be in a position where we can get down and do our business. But
so that's
kind of 6 to 1, half to a dozen.
That's the raz that's up on the cliff there.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right around where.
Grotto bar. Oh, you got it.
It's the raz on the cliff, Dan.
Roger.
So we're gonna go there.
Okay, only come down. Come down 20.
Down 20.
Roger.
Let me know when you want to hear what's going on.
I want to hear what's going on.
Well, every time I start to talk, Dan starts talking.
Well, we're 70 meters off the deck here, coming down on top of the vent.
Let me know, Dan. As I said, you just tell me when, and then I'll
sorry, I'll turn off my SPL mic, so then you can talk.
Well, you're the one that needs to know what's going on.
Okay, then we'll wait.
Yep.
Right now what's going on is the vessel's moving, the winch is moving, and the ROV is moving.
So, as I said, Dan, let me know when you want to hear, when you are free.
Roger. Once we get the ship on location and we do all our bottom checks, gauge checks, white balance, all that, then we'll give you our full attention.
So we'll kind of do it inverted this time as the Argus will go
20
over
meters
you.
down.
Oh. To the person that was asking about a goblin shark, the very amazing Adrian sitting here on my right-hand side did just remind me that we saw a little shark just the other day. He came into frame and then quickly decided to leave.
I heard it was a baby shark.
I swear to my mother right now, Ian. Like, I cannot contain my rage right now. This is me scathing. If you throw in a question about the Meg, that's it. I'm out. Control room, done. So for those listeners at home, I teach the oceans class, and every single day, 8 class periods a day, if I say anything along the lines of shark, it instantly goes to baby shark. Baby shark is not allowed in my classroom. Or the fact that I have 3 sea anemones growing, and I have to hear sea anemone like a million times a day.
I just wanted to put a worm in your head for the rest of the day and the rest of the watch now.
And instead you touched on a nerve.
See, this is where, wrong group. I was going to say, this is where we need our soundbite machines.
You should be on the flat, is that right? Yeah, a little bit of an offset.
I will fully support getting a soundbite machine.
Southwest, Argus should be.
I had commissioned Mike last year to
north of
Grotto, but the whole watch just changed.
Oh.
Everybody's gone except for me. Steve.
No, those are old. This RAS is about where the Grotto is right here.
Gas tights now. Which one is going to be used to sample
sorry about that. Those are
RAS
the old
PPS?
bars, targets.
It's in the dive plan.
I can get all these in there if you want. I think it'll just be a bit crowded.
So where is the blue-white gas tight sample, Steve? Is that down in the purse?
We do, yeah.